Okay, people wondering about this medical conspiracy that was mentioned in Optimind. Conspiracy is a word that draws its own conclusion. I need to think of a better word than conspiracy. Stupidity in this case would fit more than conspiracy. You may think they're intentionally doing some of these things. They're following orders of the person who had the money, who built the hospitals, who who grow. Drugs are grown, not just marijuana. All drugs come from a plant. Somewhere people are growing plants to produce drugs. Have you ever passed by a drug farm? Have you ever even seen a drug farm somewhere? You ever see any signs posted saying that they're growing the plants that they make these drugs from? Do they even tell you the plants that the drugs come from? See, these expensive medicines that you buy, all you had to do was put a seed in your backyard and grow it. It's not illegal to grow it and use the juices yourself. Even make tea instead of taking pills. So they don't let you know to give them these long exotic names. Not telling you no. You mix this herb tea with this herb tea with this herb tea to create this drug. They're called cures. That's why holistic medicine is frowned on. Because they give you the raw versions, not the added on versions with the addictive elements to make you a customer. Self, the ones, you know, self treatment is a term they don't even want to enter into your brain. They don't want you to know how short their medical knowledge of you falls. That they're not even close to figuring out your body and you and all the components to it and how they work and what makes them dysfunction and how to get them jump started again, how to repair them. You feel me? They don't know how to reverse your wrinkling and aging. They don't know how to prevent it. They don't know how to prevent your deterioration, your loss of your recessive sight, loss of hearing, loss of memory. They don't know how to regenerate you. They're lying with their nutrition. I found it to be a bold-faced lie. Their idea of nutrition is what's killing you, making you age rapidly and die hundreds of years earlier than your species is supposed to die. Hundreds. You don't even get 100 years, and you're supposed to live for hundreds of years. Your body is old and worn out in less than 100 with their accelerated lifestyle. You don't see it? You don't see junior high kids with facial hair? You don't see that they're gonna die, your children are gonna die before you of old age illnesses. You don't see people in their 30s dropping from heart attacks. And nobody thinks nothing's wrong with that. Someone died of natural causes in their 30s, and the doctor's telling you, we don't know. He suffered a massive cardiac arrest. What caused it, we're not sure. This might undermine your confidence in them, but undermining your confidence in them might save your life. Go to the mirror. No, no, don't go to a mirror. Look at your reflection in your phone. Turn your camera on. Take a close look at yourself. Zoom in to your skin on your face. You see those bumps that look like acne that you're trying to pass off as bad skin or skin problems? They're not acne. And they're not bumps. See, bumps have some kind of fluid in them that make them. See, an infection pops up and makes a bubble. That's a bump. No. Underneath those bumps are live creatures, parasites. Something like the thing that you call the crabs or body lice. It's an STD. Okay? It doesn't have a name. It isn't on the book. Your favorite movie star has it. Look close. The rich have it. The poor have it. See, there's other stuff. Never touched these other groups because they had money and the best medical care, whatever. So you didn't see it pop up on them. You didn't see stars. Come on, they had Proactive. You didn't see them even with acne. No one's saying anything. You know how you know they're alive? They start crawling under your skin, and you call it itching. The itching is so bad. That's why it reminds me of the crabs. People are scarring themselves, scratching. I mean, really trying to rip their skin off. They learn not to do it to their face. So you see their face, but if you should see their legs and their bodies that they keep hidden, why everybody ain't showing all the skin they used to show. Why everybody's not walking around naked no more. They have on these yoga pants instead of mini skirts and booty shorts. Because they don't want you to see their legs. They don't want you to see their skin. So if no one's saying anything about it, or even acknowledging it, then you know no one's doing anything about it. See, they can't make money off of something they have no treatment for or cure for. So why even tell you? You're gonna come to them. How many of millions and millions, billions of people have went to the doctor since this thing appeared? And I haven't heard one doctor mention it or tell a person that they have it because it doesn't register as an infection in the blood. See, that's all they go for. I don't care if you go for a broken fingernail, they take blood. Why? Because some rich old dying person needs a fucking compatible fucking transfusion. Working on some stuff and they need blood and there ain't enough blood being donated. So your drops add up, believe me. Hundreds and hundreds of millions of people giving blood samples. Come on now. That's tens of thousands of tons of blood. Tens of thousands of, it's like a million gallons of blood. That little bitty needle full that they take from you. And why do they take three? You know what's crazy? The candy striper taking the blood can't even answer that question. Why she's taking blood. They fed her a story of why she's labeling these three vials and why she's the center to these places. I'm not even sure the people at the lab. See, you can make a machine where it makes a readout testing something, right? and sends it to your printer or sends it to your screen, what it's reading out. Well, you can rig a machine where it don't send everything to this screen. This screen doesn't even know it's testing for this or its true function. It's sent across the internet to a headquarters somewhere, and everything is being scanned for these particular ingredients or this particular blood type. And when they get a red light, they get on a plane and come to that hospital before you could get out of there. You ever wonder why they keep you there so long? But when you ask what's wrong with you, the blood has to go somewhere to a lab. There's other stuff going on. They have the ability to put a microphone in the tiniest things. They have the ability to put an electronic device in those so-called syringes and you wouldn't even see it. Put nanites, in other words, that's little microscopic robots in you. Why do you think they're taking something out of you? How does it work? I can't find a vein. Oh, let me try it again. One is to take out, the other's to put in. Really, the first one is to put in. That's why there's no blood drawn, because they're putting something in. That's why it didn't work. Oh, let me switch needles and try again. Now this one is taking some blood out and you can see it fill up the needle. How do you get somebody to go along with something like that? You tell them a lie about what they're doing. It's used in government a lot. People are working on deadly things and don't even know it because their part's not deadly by itself. You know? It's like some explosives aren't deadly until they mix. That's how they explode. As long as they're separate, they're harmless. Well, there's someone who knows all the secrets. No, who knows a lot of secrets. Who sees what goes on. Things that go on that you don't. Never met one personally. Don't know anyone who knows one. But they're always there. They're the highest paid. And they're the shot caller. You may think the doctor is the shot caller, but he's not. The anesthesiologist makes the calls. I'm telling you, the anesthesiologist makes calls. That's the person who knocks you out. The person who administers medicine that makes you go sleep. Now, most of the things in this world are done, bad things are done to you best when you're asleep. Subliminal programming below your awareness, and sleep is really below. If you know any of these people, you need to talk to them. And if they know something, guarding their paycheck is no good in a world full of in an apocalypse. They're gonna be unemployed. They're not helping anyone, or they're hoping, hey, nothing's gonna go down bad in their lifetime, and don't give a damn about after that. That's what scares me about really old people and doctors who know that they may not be living that much longer. They usually fall into two groups. Those who want to do something really good and momentous and leave a legacy behind or be remembered. And those who say tomorrow ain't promised, not saving any money for tomorrow, I'm not doing anything. I'm totally unconcerned about the future. My aunt told me I might not even be here tomorrow. I'm only concerned about. She said rake the leaves. I said, hey, we rake the leaves, and tomorrow they be right back. Can't even tell it was raked. She said, I don't care about tomorrow. I might not even be here tomorrow. I care about how the art looks today. I didn't go into speech about superficial and the yard and looks. You know, you're living in a raggedy house that's falling down and everything's broken, and you trying to make it look good. It reminds me of those nasty girls who have sores between their leg and stuff. And they all dressed up with lipstick and eyelashes, and their hair whooped and their nails done. With an open, raw, sore cavity between their legs that was supposed to have been a sexual genital. That's what you remind me of. Superficial looks. They didn't spend none of that money on fixing their medical condition. They spent all this money on making themselves look like they're not sick, look like they don't have nothing. Actually sucking in, attracting people so that they can infect them. A nurse told me 3/4 of the population has herpes. Herpes are related to this disease. You better be concerned about you, and you better not ever assume someone else is concerned about you. They're concerned about what good you are to them. No more. Believe me. Some have mental problems, and they selfishly give to others and do for others. It's a shame you have to have a mental problem to be like that. They get used and abused up by the others who don't give a damn about those virtues. I'm not gonna say they don't get a damn. They appreciate them for what they get out of it. They love people who are doing things for them. But in the long run, they didn't treat them right. They didn't reciprocate. They didn't follow the golden rule. They wouldn't come cut their yard for free. They wouldn't clean up their house for free. They wouldn't watch their kids for free. Maybe that one. Because when people watch their kids, they aren't watching them. Their kids are watching your kids or something like that. Their kids playing with your kids or sit down somewhere or the television's watching babysitting your kid. They don't love your kid like you think. Children are a lot of trouble. Children are a lot of work. This is a species that's been made lazy. They don't want to do no lot of work. No more than they have to. Your kids some extra work. Can you leave them at home? Is what they're really thinking. You know how you know? That's what you think about theirs. I don't mind having them on over. Man, they need to leave those bad kids somewhere. Who gets the dirty job? Grandma, I guess. She's not doing anything. Oh, cross note before I forget. You live in a world of insane people. And my biggest beef with this is right now I'm sitting at the home address in the driveway outside. I sit here for hours and days at a time. You know what they say? I'm doing nothing. You're in a world of people who think thinking is nothing. If you're thinking, you aren't doing anything. That is totally insane and ludicrous. You cannot even scratch your back without thinking. You can't do anything without thinking. The more you think or pre-think an action, the better you execute it. These aren't deep thinkers, that's for sure. They're not even shallow thinkers. Thoughts, thinking has no value to them because they don't think anymore. Their mind's been substituted with Google Play Store, the App Store is where their brains components is where they get their brain components. They're not trying to do anything anymore. Just get an app for it. Hey, your relationship going bad? Here's an app. Kid not acting right? Here's an app. Want a better job? Here's an app. But thinking is nothing. If you're sitting somewhere, people will come ask you to do something for them like you are doing nothing if you are thinking. The most important thing you can do, the most important thing that you do. See, thoughts are not nouns, but thinking is still an action, it's still a verb. Thoughts don't have any substance, they're not real. But thinking is still a real action. It's a pre action. Nothing you do goes down without it happening first, during, and after. To have no value for thoughts and the thoughts of others or a person thinking means you totally out your mind. If you don't walk up and see a person thinking and your mind don't think old school like don't let me bother them, they're thinking they seem to have something on their mind, you're broken. If you sit there and say when you see a person thinking that they're doing nothing, you broken, you don't know it. So the psychiatrist can't help you because they have the same mental problems as you do, and no answers are cured for those problems. They run a fortune telling game on you. Snake oil. You see, I'm having these problems. What do you think is causing them? You know what their response is? Instead of giving you an answer and a cure, what do you think is causing them? For real. That's the game. To make you answer your own questions and figure your own stuff out. If you catch them right, they'll tell you. You know what they're not going to tell you? I'm seeing a psychiatrist too. Not one of them are going to tell you that, and they all do. Come on. I don't want to bring into other things. All I can tell you is old young pimps become old John's tricks and customers. People who believe you should lay on a couch and do this, go and lay on a couch and do it. Somewhere they deluded themselves that it helps to talk about it. There is no scientific proof of that anywhere. You can't show me any proof of that crappy statement they keep making. Sometimes it helps to talk about it. You know what they say? Some other insane thing. I feel better. How can you feel better when there is no such thing as emotions? Especially that one. I talk to you, now I feel better. Describe that emotion that you feeling. Describe that feeling that you got, that you call feeling better. Are your fingers tingling? Are your tears running up backwards into your eyes? Is your nervousness stop? Did your heart slow down? Feel better. They really screwed you up. Here's what they're trying to say. They're saying that these erroneous thoughts, fake thoughts, these things that are making you insane, they're saying they're like bullets, that you need an outlet, or they'll just rattle around in your head, ricocheting, making things worse. And they think talking lets the thoughts out of your head. That is crazy as some primitive tribe thinking, hey, if I cut you with a knife across your head, those bad thoughts will leak out in the blood. That's crazy. Your doctor is crazy. Can't get thoughts out of your head. It doesn't work like that. It's a one-way street. Not actually. You can make your thoughts manifest in the world, but that's duplicating your thoughts. That's replicating your thoughts out of matter. You're taking your thoughts and you're making replicas of them out of the matter and material out here. The thought is still in your head. You can't get it out your head. Talking to anyone does not let it out. Let the pressure off. They're insane. None of those terms apply or applicable. It's just that they know you'll buy it. Here's the thing about doctors and lawyers. People come to them with their life in their hands, saying, please help me. Please, please, I don't know what to do. Like they're gods. Man, they're regular people just like you who can't control their children either. You would think a doctor don't have any sexual problems. He sees bodies all the time. He could never be a pervert or a rapist or any of that. You might even think, hey, how can he even get turned on seeing genitals all day and stuff? You get tired of it. All I can tell you is they have a big box of issues that you don't have. They might be screwed up more than you. Imagine a person that scrapes up dead bodies off the street every day. You think they're normal? You think they're all right? You have to be you. They have to be mental. They have to be morbid to be cool with it. Don't forget, I've been a lot of things. Gangster, what you call gangbanger, many things. One of those things was a pimp. These doctors, these are the people out there ordering the really weird stuff. Because normal sex, they can only get off on it. They're out there doing what you know, another word for weird perversion? Fetish. A cute word for perverted thoughts, abnormal desires, fetish. So, we're going to start chopping these notes down. The human attention span has been tampered with. Make anything too long, it has to be a meditation. It's the only way they can consume it. That's what these mental notes are. They're to be watched in the dark, television off, radio off, doors shut, everybody blocked out. Nothing but the sound of the note. I don't want you to get addicted to the sound of my voice. Come on. Two broken jaws? It's like I got a speech impediment. And it causes these lisps and these hisses, which I'm pretty sure in a recording, they irritate my ears when I hear them. They irritate my ears like someone who keeps saying, um, um, um. That's so irritating. And so I want to use speech to text rather than record live until I get these oral problems fixed. But it looks like I'll be finished by then. I actually have to finish by then, like my songs, because some evil plot can take away my singing voice once I go under this knife. So I walk around with Raggedy Dental until I finish all my work because I can't trust him. It was a dentist who did half this damage to me. It's not just the broken jaws. So you're screwed up. You can't depend on the law. You can't depend on the medical community. You can't depend on anybody. You know, they got cops. These cops that are shooting down these people in broad daylight. Let me tell you how that mental problem is occurring so that someone can put it to a stop. Matter of fact, plans are already in the work. By the time you hear this note, it may already be in effect. There are people on the case. Don't think the proverbial, they're doing this and no one's doing anything about it. They're getting away with murder. No. Here's what we found. These cops are going to play weekend cowboy and weekend soldier and different things. They're running around in the woods with paint guns, shooting at each other and for fun and enjoying it. They go to shooting range and shoot at little targets. You know what color those targets are? They're black. Little black silhouettes of human beings. This causes mental problems, subliminal mental problems. Targets need to be made some non-color, fluorescent green or something, because they're being brainwashed subliminally to shoot at black people or to not have a problem shooting a black person, to actually think they're going to get points for killing them, for hitting the target in the bullseye. And no one sees it going on. But we're on the case. These people have to be rescreened. A cop who has never shot a person in their life all of a sudden gets trigger happy and shoots a person down in cold blood. And they said he doesn't do anything like this. He couldn't have did it on purpose. He's not that kind of person. This is because soldiers and police officers must be banned, restricted. It must be against policy for them to play video games. They're not to be allowed to play war games, shoot 'em up games, or any of those games.